make sure the boat is sailing fast. Don't worry about pointing. Sailing fast is number one. And the reason for that is the boat has a fairly narrow keel. And if it's not moving through the water well, quickly, it won't generate the lift you need to stop from going sideways. So when you come off the starting line, look around, make sure you're going the same speed as the other boats. If you're not, ease your sails out a bit and sail lower. But get going the same speed as the other boats to start with. And if you find you're going the same speed as everybody else, then try bringing the sails in a little bit. So if you're beating in a lightish wind and the sails here, if you find you're going good with good speed, try pulling it a little more. See if you can point a little higher. But don't give up speed to try and get pointing. Okay? Speed is king. You've got to have the boat going fast. And the kind of the opposite part of that is if you point the boat too high, what will happen? It's kind of a horrible situation. Here's the boat sailing correctly. Here's the boat pinching. This boat is going to be going slower. Well, that's okay. You know, as long as I'm pointing higher, I don't mind going a little slower. But hold it. The keel's not going to be generating lift. So this boat's going to slide sideways. So it's a vicious circle. You try and point higher because you're not pointing, and you go even slower, and you don't point. So the boat slides sideways. So if you find you don't have the speed with the other boats, ease the sail out a bit and bear off a little. Use that rule of whether you think you should be going faster or higher. And I would always, if I'm sailing along beside, 2 or 3 other boats, I'd always be looking, how am I going speed-wise? How am I going height-wise? And if I had one but not the other, remember what I want first. I want speed first, and then I want pointing. So I'd make sure that I'm going the same speed as the other boats and try and adjust my sails if I thought I needed to do that to get going the same speed. And then if I say, oh, I'm going fine now, I would definitely try to start pointing a little higher. Because pointing higher certainly helps you in terms of getting to the weather mark. But you don't want to do it and give up speed against the other boats. You can sail upwind too fast. If you're sailing too low, you want to be going about the same speed. If you find you're going faster than the other boats but fading away, pull the sails in and point higher and slow down to their speed.
If we're overpowered, let's say we're sailing 18 knots, and then my sail is set correctly.
It's on the corner, and you're just sailing for angle of heel. And I find that
if I can hold it, like my 120 pounds, I can, it's heavy wind, and is there any other thing that I could be doing? Like
no.
crazy?
No. The thing is, one of the reasons that we ease the sails out a bit if it's windy is it makes the boat easier to steer. It deals with the sea conditions, and unless it's very, very windy, and if it's really windy, I'd ease the sails out some more. But the mistake I find some people making is they're sailing upwind, and if the boat tips over, they ease the sails. That's not the right answer. Leave the sails where they are and bring the boat more up into the wind.